Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Can somebody please confirm if I'm
Yes, you
audible?
are audible.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this webinar on careers in cybersecurity. So today we have with us Mr. Mohammad Ajnas. He is currently working with Aegis as a research scholar, and he has completed his master's degree in MCA, and he has done some, various networking certification courses such as MCITP, RHSCE, CNN, CNP. So he has a very brief idea of how exactly the cybersecurity works, what actually will be your career when you pursue this course, and what all you are going to learn during this time period of 11 months, how you are going to implement it, how and what all you are going to learn. So he'll give you a fair idea of why this seminar is being conducted, how this is going to help you in your career. Okay, guys. So please ask questions. Whatever queries you have, Ajna sir will be able to answer that. So please ask questions. Okay. Guys, it would be great if you all will be more interactive, then the session is going to be great.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, all the best. Thank you. Ajna sir, can we begin?
Yeah, sure. So
Okay.
very good afternoon all, and Misbah, thank you for the wonderful introduction.
Thank you, Ajna.
So let me quickly share my screen. Is my screen visible for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Today we will see few of the cloud security architecture as well with this career in your cybersecurity. So I will be explaining few things about the cloud architecture, how we can secure our cloud architecture. So before moving to the cloud computing, we would like to know like when the cloud computing was came. So like in 1970s and all, we all know the networking had came into the picture, and 1980s, 1990s, there are a lot of developments that came. So when the cloud computing had came, that's still a question. And before the cloud computing, what was the technology we have used? What was the traditional forms that were following in our organizations? That was the biggest question. Like we had a client server architecture model where a user wanted to get something, he need to go and take the permission from the server and he need to access. Then it's elaborated in 80s and 90s, the distributed computing act came. When the distributed computing act came, we have a very easy access. If I wanted to take a printout or if I wanted to share a file with my colleague, that made it very easy. I can do it easily without any hassle. So later in 1999, the Salesforce.com, they have launched a page where they will be delivering their websites for the various users. And eventually in 2002, the Amazon, the world famous Amazon, have started the cloud computing first. They started providing the services like storage and some human intelligence techniques they have adopted in that. And we all know the world as of now, the number one cloud computing service provider will be the AWS, Amazon. They have started some EC2, the feature, it's worldwide used feature, and S3 bucket that they have started in 2006. Eventually, all the other competitors like Microsoft, they have implemented Azure, IBM, Oracle in 2009 to 2010. At that time, they even there also more started competing with the AWS. But still in the king in the market, AWS. So are we really using the cloud computing? So see, I don't want this webinar be like only the one-way communication, like a duplex mode. That was a very old method. So I just wanted to be more interactive. In between, if you guys have any questions or something, you can put in the chat box so I can easily answer. I wanted to get some response from your end as well. So do we really using cloud computing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's like how you're using the cloud computing. You're
Uh,
literally going to like create an account in AWS and you're using the AWS or Azure or any IBM.
So actually, we are using cloud as a storage, which
Mm-hmm.
I know. And another thing which we generally use of cloud computing as to deploy an instance or something
Yes.
corresponding to it.
Yes.
So that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's like a more technical, right? Because
Yeah.
many of them, like if, for a normal person, he might be not knowing about this or how to what's the deployment, what is the storage. As of now, most of the people from nowadays very familiar with the Google Drive. That's actually working in the cloud. And the iPhone users, even they're using the iCloud. So I'm using iCloud, so I know what is cloud. So look at this. Here, whatever nowadays you are interacting with the internet, everything is deployed in the cloud. If you take Netflix, the last 2 years when the pandemic was going on, most of the youngsters were addicted to Netflix. Even that Netflix also hosted in the cloud.
Yeah, it uses AWS, I think so.
Exactly. It uses AWS. It has a separate environment for that and they're deploying it.
Yeah.
Not only that, Amazon Prime, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Skype, whatever you take, everything is running on the cloud because that makes more easier. Without knowing, we are part of cloud computing. I could say that guarantee that 90% of our users or 90% of users are using internet, right? Even
Yeah.
those everything, every application is running on the cloud. So even without knowing, we are part of cloud computing.
Hmm.
That's how. So if you're giving a definition for a cloud computing, we could say, like, as I said, like we are part of everything. We are part of internet. Even that internet itself, we can say it's a cloud. Because it's a collection of lot of network that the definition that we have learned from our college. So obviously, what is network? It includes like a lot of servers and a lot of storages, databases, networking, software analytics, intelligence, everything, the AI, everything you are learning machine learning, all the things are integrated. And what is the main advantage of cloud? We can access from anywhere, right? Do you need a separate device for that to access a cloud computing?
No.
Not at all. If I am having my mobile phone, I can store my contacts numbers in my email address. I can link with my email address. If I change my device, I can easily switch it, right? It's just a matter of time. But if
Yes,
you're
sir.
going back to 5 to 6 years back, either you can store your contact details on your SIM card or your phone memory, right? And it
Yes,
has
sir.
a limitation like maximum 250 or 500 contacts you can save. But nowadays, everything is changed. That is linked with your Gmail and that make more easier. And that is flexible. Whenever you want, you can add it. There is no limitations. So that's how the cloud computing is working. So let's see the various definitions of cloud computing. There are a lot of definition. Even you can define what is cloud computing in your perspective. Even that is acceptable. Its cloud is mainly based internet. It's an internet based computing where you will be getting all the resources and all the information. As a techie, what we will do if I wanted to know something about, if I wanted to know about like about the coconut, if I want to know about the coconut tree more, what will I do? Will I go on any plants and check? Will I go to any farmland and I'll check what is a coconut tree? No. Will I go and ask any farmers? No, I don't have a time. I'll take the Google. I have Google. I'm a techie. I have internet. I'll check it in Wikipedia. What is a coconut tree? That's how nowadays. So everything is accessible. It can be in the form of software, and it will give you a lot of kind of piece of informations. That is cloud, and that is easily scalable as well. Further, we will see adoption of cloud computing. See, these are the very popular cloud service providers. Azure, Salesforce, GCP, the Google, GCP. There are a lot. If you take a cloud service providers, the list is more than 100, 200, 250. Day by day, many companies are releasing it. So let's see in the healthcare sector, how it is helping in the healthcare sector, cloud computing. Last month, I have taken my grandmother to the hospital. So I don't have any data with like whatever data she's having it, like a patient's records will be having it, right? So I was not having anything. And I went to that hospital. That's a ICRA hospital. It's very famous hospital. And that's a very like old, I think more than 25 to 30 years they're running that. So I thought they're still using the traditional mechanism there where we have to go to that hospital and they will have some set of files of the case diary of that particular patient and they'll be keeping it. I thought of like that. But I couldn't believe each and every way they asked me just one mobile number and they gave me an ID, one patient ID. Once I clicked that in my mobile itself, I could see the details of the case history. When was admitted, what was the case, which are the doctors, what are the medicines they prescribed, everything I could see. Everything is in a digital form. No more the bundles of files. So that is made easy. We can consult multiple doctors out there. We can share only one detail. This is a patient ID. That they can easily search as well. No need to write in the patient ID. If you see your name, they'll check your place. Where is it? They'll match it. That'll make it more easier in the healthcare. That's a normal people perspective. When it's go to the hospital management side, that made more efficient. They can easily analyze about the patient records. They can integrate many technologies into the healthcare. And the marketing and advertising, that is the biggest. I could say everywhere we can see that marketing and advertising. For example, the big million days in Flipkart and all. I hope everyone are aware of that, right? Last 5 to 6 years, the big million days are happening. Every
Yes,
year.
sir.
Yeah, actually in 2014 in Flipkart, when they were giving the big million day, for 1 rupee, you would have get an Android mobile phone. That's also Sony Xperia. For 1 rupee, the first 100 people will get that. They're given this ad and all in the newspapers. Do you think that Flipkart and Amazon, such companies will be always be having a lot of servers in there? No, they will not be keeping a lot of servers. Only for that particular day, do you think they will purchase a server?
Not at all.
Not at all. That is very expensive. If you're buying a server, if you're buying a server, you need to have an administration team for that. You have to install it, you have to keep it in a place, and you have to monitor that, you have to configure, you have to secure. And there are a lot of headaches. So what they do, they will depend on the cloud. They will tie up with any cloud service provider and that's easily scalable. What is the main advantage of cloud means like whatever you use, only for that you pay. What service you're taking, only for that you pay. That's how the cloud computing nature. So that made easy for marketing purpose and advertising purpose. Not only for that, for retail as well. Many e-commerce companies, like the big million days are coming, they'll be having more traffic in their network, which cannot be, their servers cannot handle. So what they will do, they will approach any CSP and they will ask, this is our requirement. We are expecting 1 lakh or 2 lakh traffic at this particular time. So for a particular period, so we need more servers for that. And they will charge for some certain amount and they will take it up. That's how it's working. And whenever they're not in use, you can easily release. There's no hassle. So you can release. So obviously, whatever you're taking, that's a main item. It's like a very, you will save a lot of money with that. That's all. And second thing in the finance sector, obviously the banking, as we could see, like we are depending on the UPI nowadays. We will not never carry the liquid cash. If you go to buy the vegetables, you will pay the UPI. Obviously, there will be some scanner, some Paytm or PhonePe, Google Pay scanners will be there. So how it is connected? You just open an account in your bank and you have downloaded from the Play Store one application. You're just entering your mobile number, which is registered with your bank. So who's acting behind this? How it is connected? How banks are giving my account details to them, to the UPI network? How they're getting it? So everything is happening because of the help of cloud computing. They're integrating behind. And education. When it's come to education, when the pandemic was going on, everyone moved to the online class mode.
Online classes.
Literally, even like everyone was shocked. Like, how does it possible? Okay, we'll get holiday, we will get vacation for 2 months or 1 year, 3 months. It's nothing like that. What the colleges did. Literally, they approached. There are various platforms where you can interact with the students, like a Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Cisco WebEx. There are a lot, and Google Classroom. There are a lot of platforms, and some colleges, what they did, they have developed their own tool where they will monitor the attendance, everything. When initially the Zoom was came, there was a limitation of 100 users.
100 users.
And you will get only for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Later they made it pay, and they're given an option of recording option.
Yeah.
Eventually they made money. I could say, like, clearly say, when the pandemic was going on, the most affected industry, if anyone say it's IT, it's completely wrong. IT, we can work from home now. There are a lot of people are still working from home. How they're taking the training? Through online. So the cloud computing has helped us a lot, where you can save your data on the cloud, no need to download your assignments and all. Everything you can upload where? In the cloud. If teacher given you any assignment, you can easily do that. From where? Which platform? Sir, I don't have the C software. I don't have any developing software and all with me. They will give the interface. In the cloud, even that is possible. I have seen many colleges have started implementing their own consoles in the cloud. So you can practice then and there. You don't have to have an efficient PC, because everybody is not having a laptop or a computer which is have a higher configuration. So what they do? They'll do it in the cloud. They're integrated. So everything is happening because of cloud. So it depends on the number of users, you can pay for it. So obviously we'll be using a cloud, right? So obviously there will be some security issues, because 100% we cannot say the cloud computing is secure. Because when the time of implementing the cloud computing, there was a lot of questions. Is that really secure? How can we share our data with someone? How will come to know where it is saving it? There are a lot of questions, right? For example, if you're taking your admission in your college, you are giving your all degree certificate, your 10th certificate, everything you will be giving. Why? It is safe with college. When I'm getting graduated, they will give me from the shelf, they will take it and give me. And no one else will access that. I'm sure about it, right? Same way, our companies also, the data is their way used to store, they will be having some servers with them, the storage devices with them. So they'll be storing their computer. So it is secure, because it's within our office premises. So it's in our server room. Nobody cannot access that. Every data is secure, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
when it is in the cloud computing, we don't know where they're exactly storing it. They can store anywhere. They can store anywhere. It can be in the USA. It can be in India. It can be in some European countries. Possible. So many people have a problem like, should we really move to cloud? That was the biggest question. But eventually, we have to move with the technology because this is cloud is very cheaper compared to the traditional. If you're planning a startup business, if you're startup companies, what they will depend? Will they have enough money to deploy a server? No. If you want to deploy a server, you need to have an admin team. You need to have a networking team. You have some maintenance team, and you have to have a good talented people. You have to go to the interview process. There are a lot of headaches will be there. Why should take a headache? I just wanted to deploy some Office, MS Office, Office 365. It's very simple. Go to the Microsoft. I can purchase it. How many members are there in the organization? 5, 10, 11, 15, 20. Based on that, what services you want? Other than that, you can integrate with the Microsoft Teams. I need a domain name for my company. Everything. Before and all, the Exchange server concept was there. Exchange server. I don't know how many of you hear about that. Exchange server, where your company will be having an email ID. For example, there is a company called XYZ. So my email ID is like mohammadajnas@xyz.com.
.com.
Like that, you can deploy your own company. So you need to have an Exchange server within your office. And that Exchange server should be up for 24/7. It cannot be, if you shut down that Exchange server, you will not receive any mail, neither you cannot send a mail. So maintaining a server and all, it's too difficult. Why we should do that? There are a lot of cloud service providers, including Google, even they're giving a domain name. You can register that. If you register that, you can easily access that, no need to take a headache of who's maintaining that, whether it is up or down. No pressures. So many people will implement the cloud computing. Okay, so let's see what are the issues, the security issues that we will face while implementing the cloud computing. One is a malware injection. That's a very popular one. The attackers, they will not come and directly attack you. They, instead of that, they will send you some malwares into your websites, or they will send you some phishing mails into your systems. Because obviously there will be everything you hosted in the cloud. Obviously you're getting some malware or phishing mails. You cannot open that without you have a permission of your admin team or networking team or the security team. Maybe they will pretend like I am the resource person. I am the resource person from this so-and-so company. So you open this document, you will get all the details. Don't do such mistake. It can be a malware can be attached with that. So how we'll come to know? So malware is exists in our system. After downloading and installing, you will not never come to know that is a malware. It will take time. What they will do after injecting a malware into your system, it will wait for minimum of 15 days. Why are they waiting for 15 days? As they already got an access, so they let them do the attack, sir. They will not do the attack. They will check the backdoor. They will create the backdoors. That is the way of attackers will do. As soon as they get an access to any system, they will create the backdoors. Without creating the backdoors, they will not do the attack. After creating the backdoor only, they will start breaching your data. And another type of attack is denial of service attack. Those attacks that for your server, the attacker will send you more number of requests. So obviously the server will be having a capacity of managing 100 requests at a time, or 1,000 or 10,000 requests. As I said earlier, the Flipkart, the big million day sales, that time they will get a more requests, right? There will be more traffic. So they will scale their server capability. Some shadow companies and all, they will not scale their service capability. So they can face a denial of service attacks. What will happen if the denial of service attacks happen? Your client will not get the response. For example, you're making an online transaction. You're booking your ticket, flight ticket. and you're requested for a payment, it is keep on rotating. Will you be happy with that bank? No, you will get irritated. Okay, first time it's okay. Second time also happening. Third time also happening. Fourth time also happening. What you will do? Better what you will do, you will go to any another bank who can provide a good service. Right? Even that can impact the business very badly, the DOS attack. And the third one, employee errors. That's the biggest thing. Like in our organization, there will be some people that HR might be asking, please don't do that. They'll do that. In your colleges, let us take the college. In your college days, the principal will say, don't celebrate any festival. But literally, you guys wanted to celebrate, right? Okay, let us not do it from a college. Let us do from any other place. Let us go to the party from any other place. Or literally, they will say from the college, do not use a mobile phone while the lecture is going on. But still the people have a mentality taking out the mobile and they'll see the time. How many of you tried to do this one when the lecture was going on, when the presentation was going on, the seminar was going on in the project? How many people have tried to turn off their projectors? If you're using a MI mobile phone, it is possible nowadays. You can control easily. That's all. If they say, please don't do it, definitely you will go and do it. That's the mentality. Please don't do that. Okay, let me do it. Okay, let me see what will happen. They're saying that thing on this thing will come. That is what employer is. Yes, that's human tendency. Exactly. So we will have a like, okay, let me do this and see. No one will come to know, right? So as an employer is, maybe you're doing a work from home, your company provided a laptop for you and they asked you, please do not use this laptop for your personal use. But still you have a tendency, okay, let me copy my friend wedding photos, or let me copy that data, or let me take out some data from this. You will do it because I have a laptop this company has provided me. Please don't do that, because there will be some policies within your company that might have registered within your system that you might be not knowing it. There are a lot of features, there are a lot of tools that we can use in our systems where we can monitor live. Whenever you connect with your internet, it will be easily available for your admins. And data breaches. What do you mean by data breaches? Any idea?
Data leaks.
Yeah, data breach. That means something you have stored in your storage and somebody had viewed that. Maybe you are having your employee details like your employee date of birth, employee joining date, his address, everything, his username, his password, everything you have stored in a place, and that is visible for someone. Or somebody have stolen that. Or somebody have downloaded with the unauthorized access. That is called data breach. There are a lot of data breach that happened in various organizations widely. We really can't say our things are secure. I don't know how many of you have done the use of Bajaj, that FinServe card, the EMI card. If you do any transaction using Bajaj credit card, trust me, within a week, you will get a call by saying you have another offer. Can you please share your date of birth? The Bajaj cards only can access using your date of birth. They'll be having your entire address, your birth date, your place, your address, email address, contact number, everything. They will be having what purchase you made, how much you paid, every detail they will have. They will say, sir, you have a privileged member, so we can send you our card for the verification purpose. Sir, can you please tell your date of birth? They're having your address. They're calling you, but still they want your date of birth for sending or for confirming. You can expect once you make an online transaction. That is an example of data breach. And the next thing, the more amazing, the ransomware attack. We are very familiar with that. Last 4 to 5 years is very familiar with that, the ransomware attacks. I don't know how many of you using the original versions of Windows. Nowadays, if you're purchasing a laptop, you will get a original versions of Windows, right?
Yeah.
But if you go back like 3 to 4 years back, you will get only DOS or Linux, or you have to pay extra amount for that. So what the lazy people do? So I can crack it, sir. I know how to crack it. I'll get the crack version. So why should I pay for it? The master strike of the crack, you know, what is it? It will have a ransomware. It will get updated. When your OS getting updated or the attacker is vulnerable, whatever ports are should not be open, that will be open while you're cracking your systems. A lot of games as well. If you're playing a FIFA or any games, you will do the cracks. You will not purchase it. So why should pay that? We are getting for free. Obviously, you are giving a token for the hacker to enter into your system. You're most welcome. Hacker, let come. My system is open for you. You're literally giving your access for your hackers by cracking your softwares. Please kindly don't do that to avoid the ransomware attacks. Because things are expensive. Why it is expensive? It is secure. Do you think your privacy is really private? If you wanted to make more private, you need to accept the fact you have to pay more for solving the ransomware attack. So what will happen? What does the ransomware attack happen? Literally the hacker will encrypt your data and you will not get it. And if you want to decrypt it, you have to contact that hacker, and whatever ransom amount they're asking, that you need to pay. That is not so easy to decrypt the encrypted data, which is done by the hacker. There will be unique way. And next thing, insecure APIs. The next security issues, insecure APIs. See, as I said, the first point, we cannot get all the details. Where is our server is hosted? Where is our storage data is stored? So obviously, some of the cloud service providers will be having insecure APIs where the users can interact with your actual data or actual servers. Even that can be leads to a data breach or any other security issues. And insider threats. That's a very famous one. That's a very common nowadays. From your office itself, from your colleague itself, they will do some mistakes. You clearly mentioned that you are not supposed to log in here, or you're not supposed to log out at this time, or you're not supposed to log in during this time. Literally, that fellow will do it. That's an issue. Or he can share his password and his other credentials with anyone else in this office. Maybe your system admin is on a leave, he's on a vacation, you need to do something urgently in your office. So you will ask the username and password of your system admin. And because of necessary, he might have sent and he forgot to change that password only after that attempt. This employee can use it, right? He can misuse it. There is a possibility. That's an insider threat, as an example of insider threat. And social engineering attack, even that is also example of insider threats. So far, any questions or something related to security issues on cloud computing?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's see about the security risk and challenges that as of now it's facing in the cloud, in the public cloud. It's more all about security. Security, it's come number one priority when you are moving into the cloud computing. See, privacy have 57%, governance and compliance will be having 60%, staff like cloud experience is a 58%. Because we can, if the employees not have any idea, we can train the employees. That is possible. But it's when it is coming into the security, people is not aware of that. That is a true. How we can secure that? Sir, they're giving me HTTPS logins and all. So sir, that is secure. That is not secure. You have to implement the web application firewalls and all within your cloud, where that your CSP will not provide. You have to depend on the third party. Like that, lot of security measurements that you have to take it. Let's see some more security challenges that in the cloud. Misconfiguration and inadequate change control. What do you mean by that? Any idea? How misconfigure the cloud? Is it even possible? Is a misconfiguration? Yes, of course, because there are some people I have seen, they might have 10 years or 5 years experience working in the server side system, which is in a traditional system or distribution computer networking. They have experience. But then is okay, we can deal it. Oh, let it be cloud, right? We know how the structure is, so I know how to configure that. That is wrong. That is completely wrong. If you wanted to know more about cloud, you need to learn about that. Let it be you have a 5 years experience in the traditional or 10 years experience in the as a system admin side. Still, you need a training for a cloud. That is varies, depends on the cloud service that you are consuming. For the AWS is different, Azure is different, Oracle is different, IBM is different, because everyone is following different security mechanism, and the configuration also, there will be a lot of similarities, but when it is come to the security, there might be having a lot of dissimilarities. So you need to learn properly before you implementing. If you're deploying something on the cloud, you need to check all the hardening techniques, then only you go for it. Okay. Second thing, lack of cloud security architecture and strategy. Some people are thinking, the organization is last 10 years is successfully running their business, and that's also they're following the traditional form of computing, the distributed computing network system. They have a well server, they have an exchange server, they have a DNS, they have a file server, they have a database server, everything they have. They're thinking that easily you can move to the cloud. Trust me, the cloud computing is not a lift and shift process. Within a day or within a week, you really cannot shifting into the cloud. You need to learn about that. You need to do the research. What is your requirement? What is your requirement? Only based on that, you approach the cloud service provider and what level of service they will provide you. In case any problems are relating with your security or related with your cloud services, so who is giving you more faster solutions, or which service provider? Some service provider will say, okay, you do it a mail, we will see within 24 hours or within 48 hours, we will respond. There are some cloud service providers that are like that. So based on your requirement, maybe if you are running a banking business, obviously within a snap, you need to get a solutions, right? If your bank faces any delay in services, obviously you will lose your business. You will lose your customers. So keep this point. Cloud computing is not a lift and shift process. That is not a lift, not easy. You need to work on that. Whatever your requirements, study, then approach. Because some organization will be very suitable with the AWS. Some will be very suitable with Azure. Some will be very suitable with Oracle. And if you're approaching AWS, there will be some customization options. You can customize. And second, insufficient identity, credentials, access, and key management. See, if you are using AWS, if you're creating an AWS, there is a feature called IAM. IAM feature is there, identity access management. Many of them don't know what is that, how does it work. Once you're creating an account in AWS, you are the super admin. You can control anything within that particular account. What you have to do, how you can secure your cloud services. If you in your company, let us assume there is a senior system admin and there are 2 junior system admins. Is the 2 junior system admins will have the same power of the senior system admin? No. Based on their position, they will be having different responsibilities and different permissions. They have a certain limitations. You can use an IAM feature which is available in the AWS. Then you can implement the security parts. You can implement the policy. Like you can, for example, this junior system admin can only install and configure the EC2 instance. He cannot delete it. Other person, you can give the deleting permission or storing the files or creating the S3 bucket. Like that, you can give separate permission. For example, your manager will have the permission of see the employee work data, not his personal data or employee information. That will be having only with the HR. Like that, you can give one permissions for the each user accounts. You can based on their what is their role, based on that you can give the permissions, or based on that you can give the access permissions. What will happen if they didn't give that? If everything is open, obviously even that is a threat. That is also called a data breach, right? And account hijacking. Even account hijacking is nothing but somebody is using your account. Sir, how does it even possible, sir? Account hijacking isn't all this nowadays. It is possible. People are very lazy. Check out your email password only. Most of them might have given their date of birth. In companies, when you go to the organization, for easily remember, because nowadays everybody is having multiple email accounts, multiple accounts in Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everywhere you will be having different username and password. So it's very difficult as to remember. For easy purpose, when you get a job, what you will do, you will give your employee ID or joining date. That will be the most of the employees' passwords, or literally they will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on joining date or your place where you're coming. That is enough for the hackers. They can do the social engineering attack or password attack or dictionary attack. That's how they will take your credentials. So how we can prevent this? You have to encrypt your passwords, and you have to implement a password policy where you have to use a complexity passwords. What is a complexity password? Complexity password is nothing but you have to use the uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, special characters, and there should be a minimal length. This can be your one condition. Second thing, you can implement some password policy where saying every 10 days you have to change your password, literally, or monthly you have to change your passwords. If you do such policies, you can escape from account hijacking. And limited cloud usage visibility. We will not be having 100% view of the cloud. Whatever our cloud service provider is saying, only that much you will get access. Will you get the internal access of your AWS? How the servers are connected? Will you have an idea? Will they give you any picture? What servers they have connected? What servers they are using? They will not at all give you. Even that is also a security challenge. So let's see a few recent cloud breach. There are a lot. So I just picked randomly a few things. One is for Kia Motors, and one is for JFIT and 2020 IKEA Network and Air India and Domino's. So let's see. See, even I am big fan of Kia. So even this is give me like, even they are also faced some attack. And they asked, what they asked, 20 million for decryption key. Even they're also faced with a ransomware attack in Kia Motors. What and all data they have encrypted? Look at this, the payments systems and the honest portal, the phone services, everything they're literally decrypted. This is not happening in India, it's happening in America. Second thing, the JFIT. Everyone, we are big fan of fitness, right? We will do the workout, we will have some smart bands, smart watches, and also we will work out, we will track, right? Even JFIT also, it's one of the best for fitness. There's an app, what and all they have lost. This incident happened in 2020, in September 20. What data they have, the username, the passwords, the email address, everything they have lost. At the time of while creating the account, they will store your IP. If you're creating any account in any website or any app, they will store your IP from where you're creating this for tracking. All those data have breached. and it is affected around 9.5 million users. Think about the impact. And second one, 2020 iCare network, that is also from US based. Even this is an administrative team for the third party. It's a third party administrative team for the iCare hospitals and iCare retailers and all. Even they deployed their servers, everything in the AWS. What data they have lost? Look at this from the S3 bucket feature for the AWS we'll use for storing purpose. Literally that data which is stored in the S3 bucket is got deleted. And what data? Look at this: names, address, social security numbers, identification numbers, date of birth, health insurance information, all those details are leaked. And it is impacted 3.25 million users. So how we can prevent this? Is there any option to prevent? Yes, of course. In earlier slides, I talked about the IAM. They could have set some policies for this particular users only have the permission to delete it. If they might have set it like that, it wouldn't have happened. And Air India, even in May 2021, it had happened. It's impacted around 4.5 million passengers. The customer details, the traveling history, everything is leaked. Because some people will not be not at all interested where I have traveled, where I have gone. And in India, in 2021, April had happened. It's impacted around 1 million users. What? 1 million credit card informations. While we are purchasing, we are making any purchase, we will save a credit card details for easy payment, right? For the next time in the app, we'll just enter the CVV details and we will finish the payment, right? Every time we will not type our card number, expiry date, name on the card. We are very lazy. Even such data are lost. And the preferences as well, 180 million pizza preferences. And so how we can secure our cloud architecture? So we have discussed about what is the cloud computing, what and all we have using in the cloud computing, how it is, where and all it's adopted, and what are the security challenges, how we can mitigate that. Now let's see how we can secure the architecture. Obviously, this is not easy process where you can secure only the front end or the back end. You have to secure the front end platform, back end platform, and your network. Everything is combined. All the components related to cloud computing, it is combined when you're securing a cloud architecture. So what are the best techniques that you can use for your securing cloud architecture? First thing, the very first thing, authentication and identity. If you're using AWS, please go for an IAM feature. Please enable that IAM feature. There you can get the privilege. For the students, only this much power they have. They can just see their attendance records, they can feed details, everything like that. Will you be able to see your friends' details, which is hosted in your college server? No, you will not get the access. Or another example, will you get the access to see the result of your friend? Some universities for the result showing they're asking date of birth. Security, like that you do the authentication mechanism. The MFA, multi-factor authentication. Please enable multi-factor authentication with your cloud platforms. What do you mean by cloud? What do you mean by the multi-factor authentication? See, if you wanted to log in your email account in your system, some OTP has to send it to your mobile. That is multi-factor authentication. So whenever you are accessing your cloud, please enable the MFA. Literally, it should send a OTP or PIN number to your mobile phone. Once it is verified, only you should get access. Like that, you need to configure your cloud systems. You literally should give. And who can access the access privileges? You have to set it. For your normal employees, they will get only the console. For your manager, he will get the console plus the data which they have stored. And the security team, they can see everything from where they have logged in, at what time they logged in, what system they have logged in, what are the pages they have visited, all those data. Encryption techniques. While storing your data, in the cloud, it will be encrypted automatically. That is a basic encryption feature which is provided by all the CSPs. Upon that, you should also do the encryption, your own encryption. For that, there are a lot of tools are available. You encrypt your data, then store in the cloud. That's the best option. And secure deletion technician. The 220 20/20, the network, right? They have faced some issue, right? The deletion of data. Same way, you should have some deletion policies you can implement. Only my manager can delete the data once it is stored, or only my team lead can delete the data. Or if you wanted to delete this data, you have to take the permission of your manager. Like that, implement policies. So this is how you can implement. And if you're moving into the cloud, or sir, I wanted to build my career in cloud, how can we do that? You should have a minimum basic idea of network, how the network is working, how the APIs are working. You need to learn about securing your network. If you have a basic idea of networking, you're most welcome to the cloud computing. In cloud computing, sir, I know how to create an account. The videos are available in the YouTube. The videos which is available in the YouTube, that will only to train you to access that, not to secure. For securing, there are a lot of mechanisms, there are a lot of frameworks that you have to you need to learn from the expert people. So one data breach had happened, or somebody have hacked my account in cloud computing. What should I do? There should be some incident response plan. You need to create some incident response plan for the cloud computing. Okay, we have an incident response plan, sir. How we will come to know that this is the hacker or this is the file is infected? We need to know about the cyber forensic. While doing the cyber forensic, you wanted to get a conclusion, sir, this is a SQL injection attack, or this is a malware attack, or this is a phishing attack. How you will come to know? You need to have a knowledge about the web application security. You should have a knowledge of threat intelligence and threat hunting. If you know all those things, you can be a good position in cybersecurity. You can build your career in cybersecurity. Okay. So for any questions on the cloud computing, securing, or related to cybersecurity, you are open to ask any questions.
No, sir.
In the chat box also, you can type it. Is there any doubt what and all things you have to learn before coming to the cloud, or what are the things you should do if you wanted to build your career in cloud?
Sir, which cloud to go with it? Just as per you mentioned, there are various types of cloud companies or offering different types of. So how to choose those?
See, in the popular list, we have some AWS, Azure, GCP.
Yeah.
It's a very popular. What is the nature of your organization? Based on that, you have to pick it up.
Okay.
What is my suggestion? Learn AWS, Azure together. Or if somebody is ready to give you the certification together, or the idea, the basic idea, because the master plan of every cloud service provider is providing some cloud services, right? With a cheaper price.
Okay.
The architecture is different.
So I should go for the both basis of the AWS as well as the Microsoft Azure.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that is the trending one. That's the most demanding. AWS is having a very demanding in the market. But not only you can take a certification called AWS practitioner. That is just an entry point. That is not the security.
Yeah.
Anyone can take the practitioner certificate. You should not, like, there is no particular requirement that you should have a 5 years experience, nothing like that. For a beginner, they can easily take the AWS practitioner exam. They can easily clear. That will not make any sense. If you wanted to build your career in cybersecurity, you learn about the cloud technologies plus other security, web application security, incident response, cyber forensic. Please learn about these things at least. Then you can be a safer side.
So actually, I have started learning about the Azure fundamentals AZ900.
Okay.
That is why I am asking about the AWS part one. So what should be the base?
See, there will be basically mean the fundamentals of Azure. You might be learning about the IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS services, and how to use the various services, or how to configure various services, how
Yeah,
to manage various services. Only that part will be there in that.
yeah. So the
But
base will be the most crucial thing for those both of them, right?
exactly, that's very similar. It's a There is a 90% similarities there. But when it is coming to the securing part, that is totally different approach.
Yeah,
That you need to learn separately. That AWS will not teach you, the Azure will not teach you how to secure that.
yeah, correct.
That you cannot expect from them. That you need to learn separately.
Yeah, sure.
Any other questions? I could see only one person is active on this webinar. You're open to ask any question related to cybersecurity. Okay, we have a question from Prasad Kulkarni. Is there any specific job in cybersecurity world or just a freelancer jobs? That's a very interesting question. There are in cybersecurity world, there are a lot of jobs. Some people will say I can be ethical hacker. Some people will say I can do the freelance job. Many people are using the freelance jobs where they know hacking, they know threat intelligence, they know threat hunting, they know the cloud architecture. Whatever jobs you are preferring, you wanted to do either freelance or you're working for a organization. You need to have the basic skills of network knowledge. You should have how the network system is working, how the OS is working, how the cloud is working, how they're securing this cloud architecture, everything you need to know. Then only you will get a job. There are a lot of job opportunities. You can be a security analyst. There are a lot of security companies. There's a third party companies, because if my organization does not have the capacity to hire a security expert, for hiring a security expert, you also know that it's very expensive. Maybe you have to pay around like 6.5 or 10 lakhs per annum. It's very expensive. What will I do? I prefer better if any third party agencies are there. What do you mean by the third party agencies? They're the freelancers. They're providing services for multiple companies, multiple organizations. What the company is having? A freelancer like you or any other expert, security experts. They're running that company. Even you can be an independent company. You can start your own company. You can be a freelancer. But you can give us security solutions for the organizations. And the next question, is there any security policies for all the available cloud services? There are a lot of security frameworks and there are a lot of security policies that is only based on the organization they will create it. There are a lot of standard policies that you have to implement. For example, you have just installed a operating system, Windows operating system that you installed on your EC2 instance in AWS. Sir, how can I secure that? There are some hardening techniques which is provided by Microsoft itself. You can follow that hardening policies, then you can secure it. And nature of your company that you can customize as well. So you can make a customized policies. For the references, you can prefer the Microsoft. If you're using a Microsoft operating system. If you're using Ubuntu, you can use the Ubuntu. Or else you can using any other softwares like Apache. Even Apache is having some hardening techniques. You can follow that, you can make some policies. I hope you might have got it. Any other questions? You're talking about the freelancing. Okay, we have a question from Karthik. Can you explain about the freelancing? What is it? In
Sorry,
the
sir.
job, sorry?
You ask my name. That's why.
Yeah, Karthik Pradeep, we are asking about the freelancing jobs, right?
Yeah.
See, you can.
Sorry, it was Prasad, not me.
सर मैं हूँ कार्तिक पारदी.
Okay, sure. Sorry.
So, okay, Karthik Pradeep, what's your question?
Sir, I don't have any knowledge about freelancing. So can you please explain it?
The freelancing jobs, we are talking about the freelancing jobs actually.
Yes, sir.
Like
What we need to do?
Yeah, what you need to be do, you need to have a profile where you will be having all the knowledge about the cloud. If you're especially looking for the cloud, or if you're looking for entirely for the cyber security, you need to have a knowledge in ethical hacking. You should have a knowledge in the latest threats, and you should have a knowledge of the penetration testing tools. You should have the knowledge about the vulnerability scanners. If you have at least knowledge on these tools and you are expertise, you should be expertise in some tools. You can randomly scan the websites. And you can put a mail to that company or come with the organization. We had found some vulnerabilities in your systems and I have the patch details. You can literally show them. That's how you can do the freelancing as well. There are a lot of people are doing it. In US and all, there are a lot of college students are doing the same thing, the freelancing. They'll be expertise in some tools. For example, Nessus or Nmap or Bubsuit. You can find out the vulnerabilities and you can intimate them. Sir, in your organization on this website, there is a loophole. I can fix it up. If you're ready to pay this so and so amount, I can share the details and I can share the codes. You can make it up. You can do the freelancing as well. Any other questions?
So thank you so much, Professor Asnas, for this wonderful session. I believe, am I audible? This is Ratan.
Yes, Ritin sir. It's horrible, sir.
Yes, brilliant. So there are candidates who are still in, and if there would be the candidates who are looking forward to get into that cybersecurity vertical, though you have brilliantly explained the entire dimensions of cybersecurity, if the individuals they are looking forward to make their career in cybersecurity and what are the ways, then quickly I'll just walk them through with the programs that we offer. So this will also help them in order to understand that if somebody would be looking forward to get into a complete structured way of getting themselves trained into various skills that you have explained, so it will be easier for these individuals. All right. So meantime, the questions are always welcome. So as I can see, there's still the chat box is on. So still the candidates are with us. If anybody would have any questions, they can ask their questions in between our chat box, and we'd love to answer these questions. So, I'll share my screen quickly. IT team, can you hear me properly? Is it better? Because some network issue is there. Professor Rajanas, if you can tell me.
Yes, sir. It is audible, sir. It's proper, sir.
It is absolutely clear, right? There's no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me quickly share my screen. So is it visible now?
Not yet, sir.
Now is it visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Just a moment. Again, I'll try. Now is it visible, I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So already a lot of topics has been discussed on this presentation, on this session that what we had. So I'll not eat much of your time, though I had a video to play, but already it has been explained. So let me quickly go to the next slide. So how it looks like. So if you can see, every fraction of seconds, the hackers, they are attacking our systems. So if you could see that how it looks like, I'll quickly click on that link. So it's a cyber attack map. Let's see if it works or not. Yeah, so top 10 the malware senders. As you can see, it is happening real time. I believe you can see that. I don't know whether it is visible completely or not. Let me.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, these are the countries: US, Vietnam, United Kingdom, Kazakhstan, France. This is the top spam senders and the malwares, as you can see. Moving on. So if you can see the thread map, how it looks like. So you can see the fraction of seconds, the botnets, the zombies. These are the live attacks happening. So if you can go and check out that looking glass, that website, you will get to know this is happening, right? So all these countries, like you can see the China, England, India, Russia, and these are the maps where the attacks are happening. So the vulnerabilities are coming to our system in every fraction of seconds, as very well explained by Professor Rajanas, I believe. So now, so talking about cybersecurity, it is all about defending your organization's digital asset, as we have already explained in the previous slide. This is the framework in which we have designed the entire program that we offer. So starting from all the basic layers of security in which we provide the very intensive hands-on exposure to our candidates. So starting from the infrastructure security aspects, network security aspects, application security aspects, data security aspects, cloud security aspects, IoT, robotics, and cars, excellent people at the end of the day. So all these mechanisms we have been well established in this program. And then we move to the very extensive part of the cybersecurity, because today, all these attacks which is happening, if we talk about these, these advanced attacks that Professor just already talked about. So these are majorly happening in terms of these are machine learning generated threats and machine related threats, right? For a human, it is almost impossible to hunt down these cyber bullies because it has got the AI capabilities. So if you hunt down these cyber bullies who are creating these AI enabled vulnerabilities, so you need to have the strong mechanism or the understanding of that machine learning or AI or Python in order to hunt down or maybe track these vulnerabilities which is coming to your system. So this program, what we are offering, it has been brilliantly, offered all these techniques that Professor Agnes has talked about. Also, it will give you an intensive hands-on on Python, machine learning for cybersecurity, Python for cybersecurity, vulnerability analysis, digital forensics, penetration testing, cyber forensic. All these essential elements will be delivered to you in this program. And moreover, this program is a completely applied program. When I say applied program, what does it mean? Participants from day one of their joining, they start working upon the real projects in this program. So this is the threats already had been talked about. So advanced persistent threat, what we are facing nowadays, a lot of examples in the case studies Professor Agnes has already given in front of you. So moving upon the why there is a need of cybersecurity program that we offer, because if you look into the market and look into the scenarios and the requirement in the industries, there is no holistic program covering the 360-degree aspect of cybersecurity in which that cybersecurity has emerged over the last past 5-6 years. Since then, we have been offering this program. Traditional programs which is there in cybersecurity does not provide you any inputs in emerging technologies, as I discussed, in machine learning, cognitive computing, or AI enabled threat detection techniques. Also, the fragmented training and the certifications are provided, but there is no holistic education system which provides you a holistic understanding and the hands-on exposure on these skills. That's why we have designed this postgraduate program in cybersecurity, so which is a completely applied and research-driven cybersecurity program which we offer. Duration of this course is 11 months. I'll talk about the next slide. And these are the industry and the academia collaborations we had over the past with the tech giants globally like IBM, then NVIDIA. You must be aware about. They are known for their IPUs and graphic cards, GPUs. But over the past couple of years, NVIDIA, they have become the world's largest leader in deep learning and AI. Also, we have been partnered with UBTech, one of the largest AI driven company and the robotics company. Also, AWS had, we have talked about the AWS securities as well in this previous session. So AWS, Amazon Web Services also partnered with us for this program. So participants will get additional access on the AWS Cloud Lab and the entire services by AWS. So coming back to the program, what we offer. So there are two modes of delivery. One, which is an on-campus model, which happens in Mumbai and Bangalore. It's a completely 11-month program. Next batch we are starting from 14th May, for which the applications are open. And after that, the full-time program we are starting from August 2022, which is a full-time program. Duration of this course is 11 months. Since it's a full-time program in which the classes will be held for minimum 5 days and maximum 6 days a week, and timing for the classes will be a full day, like 10 to 5, 10 to 6. And the individuals from the eligibility criteria, as you can see, bachelor's and master's degree, PhD holders in engineering, any background, any discipline, engineering background guys, BSc graduates, even BCom computer graduates are eligible to apply for this course. And the process to get enrolled in this program is very simple. You need to first fill the online application. Once we receive your application, you need to appear for the Aegis aptitude test and followed by the interview. So coming slot we have available with us, that is on this 30th of April, which is Saturday, on which that day we are conducting the test and interview. So if you guys are looking forward to get into this program, if you are done with the your graduation, if you are in your final year, so still you can apply for the August batch, which we are very much coming up. And so this is how, and 30th your interview and the test would be conducted. And also this year onwards, we are offering the candidates with the research assistantship as well, which is an assured research assistantship, which we provide like 50,000 to 1.5 lakh rupees. We provide as a research assistantship also in cybersecurity program. Similar program, if the candidates, they are not willing to come to on-campus, though we prefer the candidates to opt for the full-time on-campus model because the learnability is on the very higher side. But if the candidates, they wish to come into the live interactive mode of delivery, because full-time program would be offered in a live interactive way as well. Same program, 14th May is the on-campus model, and the August is the another batch, 11 months duration. And this program is also equivalent to Masters in Cybersecurity, which is globally accepted. And this program is massively backed up by the real projects, which is the major USP of this program. So once the participants, they are onboarded and if they get through and shortlisted, apart from getting their hands dirty with the technology, participants, they extensively get to work upon the real projects, which is the major USP of this program. So applications are open, and if you are willing to apply, you can very much go ahead and fill the application. Now, if we have on this group, if we have the individuals who are working professional, so individuals, they can very much go ahead and apply the live interactive and the on-campus weekend model. As the name suggests, it's a weekend executive mode of delivery, in which the classes will be held on every Saturday and Sunday. And the timing for the classes will be full day, 10 to 5, 10 to 6 basis. And this program, we are starting from 25th of June, for which the applications are very much open. If the candidates, they are willing to apply, but one should have minimum 1 year of experience or a relevant experience in cyber security, network security, these candidates are very much eligible to apply for this weekend program. Same 11-month program, but the classes will be held in a weekend on-campus way and a live interactive way. In Mumbai and Bangalore, both models are available. Moving on to the next slide. So this is the certifications we offer to the candidates. Quickly, program highlights. The program will be taught by the best of the brain cybersecurity experts. It's a globally acceptable credit structure program. Major USP of this course is the real projects, because of which the companies, they are willing to hire the individuals. Participants will get the exposure on the very advanced AWS and IBM labs, what we have set up. The curriculum what we have got, as I have already explained, is one of the most comprehensive and industry-led curriculum that the individuals will get. Education loan and financial aid from IDFC and other banks who have tied up with us, IDFC, HDFC, who provide the education loan to the candidates with the minimal interest rate and with a maximum tenure. Also, the world-class learning management system participants will get. So whatever lecture we deliver on the program, participants, they can access these lectures on the fly, on the go. And obviously the career management center, which works like icing on a cake. So we have a dedicated career management center who facilitate the candidates with the excellent placements. So which happens after 11 months of training and internships as well. So these are the quick highlights. I already explained that to the candidates. Delivery model, I already explained to you, like full-time and the executive mode of delivery, what we have got. Quick curriculum, as I already discussed, and Professor Rajnesh has very well explained to you, like threat intelligence and threat hunting, cybersecurity, incident responses, Python for cybersecurity, cyber forensic, digital forensic would be there, cryptography, applied cryptography, cyber security and laws and privacy, ethical hacking, penetration testing, network security, and there are a bunch of electives, core courses and electives as well. So participants, they can pick up the electives as per their area of interest. And this is the Career Management Center who facilitate the candidates with the excellent placements and internship. So these are the major companies who always recruit the candidates from us. You name it, and we have these companies with us on board, and we have a deepest penetration on the organizations, and these companies, they're willing to hire the candidates. This is the statistics, like the minimum package for the fresher gets started from 6.5 in cybersecurity. Average package would be around 8.5 to 10 lakh rupees it goes. And freshers highest package would be 13 to 14 lakhs in cybersecurity. And for the experienced candidate, it goes like 50 to 500% hike individuals they will get over the last drawn packages. So bank loans, as I already explained to you, this is the admission process. Application is online, which is open. Aptitude test is available. My colleague Vignesh is there, so I would request Vignesh to send the application link as well to the candidates over chat box, so that the candidates would get the information about the program. Vignesh, if you can hear me, share the details to the candidates of the cybersecurity program. You will get it on M University platform and M Campus. And once we receive your application, you need to appear for the aptitude test followed by the interview. And in case you get through and shortlisted, the candidates will get the offer letter of this program along with the assistantship, which is an assured one, 50,000 to 1.5 lakh, which candidates they will get. And that will be deducted. It's a kind of sponsorship from the companies, depending upon how you perform in your interview and the test. So moving on to so I'll leave you with my coordinates. Meantime, you can follow us on our YouTube channel, which is called, I would request again Vignesh to share our YouTube channel coordinates, which is very simple. You can search us on YouTube at Aegis TV, AEGIS TV. Why I'm telling you to subscribe yourself and hit the bell icon, because we keep coming up with various hackathons and workshops. So if you're on the way, on the fly, on the go, you can access these sessions any point of time. So though I sound like one YouTuber, but this is for your own benefit, guys. And also you can download these white paper, as you can see on the screen. Like we have published with Deloitte and KPMG, as you can see, reimagining India in context of cybersecurity threats. This will give you an insight where the world is moving, and this will give you more insights about cybersecurity. So I would request you, if you can take a snapshot of this screen. I'll hold for a minute or seconds, and you can download these white paper through your Google, and which will help you to understand cybersecurity in a better way. So any questions? I'm open for the questions, guys. And these are my coordinates. I'm Ritin Joshi. You can reach out to my colleague as well. I would request Vignesh to put up your coordinates and my coordinates as well. And you can reach out to my coordinate, that is 9022137010, or you can reach out to us to our email ID admissions@aegis.edu.in. So if you would have any questions, I'll stop my screen here. Yeah, so anybody would have any questions? I'm open for the questions, guys. You can type your questions over chat box. So I believe it was a wonderful session. Most of the candidates will already have inquired and got their details. Thank you, Professor Rajans, for sharing time and giving this wonderful session with the candidates. So if anybody would have any questions, I've already shared my coordinates with you guys. So reach out to us, or you can follow us on LinkedIn or Facebook or Google or YouTube. Would love to answer your queries. So thank you so much, guys. Wonderful interacting with you. And thank you, Professor Rajnas, for this wonderful session.
Welcome.
I believe certainly the candidates would get the benefit out of that. Thank you so much. So we have one question, as I can see.
Yeah.
The program is only available for last year and graduated students. Yes, the program is only available for those individuals who are in the final year, who would be completing in June or by the month of June, I believe. So they can apply for this program, or they can look forward for the August batch as well. So these are two batches that we have do with us. Or if anybody would be working professional, they can also apply for our this May batch. If somebody would already have completed their program, they can apply for this batch we are coming up with, or maybe the August batch, which is very much happening, and the executive batch will happen, which is commencing in the month of June 25th. I believe, Prasad, that answered your question. Mention yes or no if you get the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brilliant. So anybody would have any questions? So follow us, Prasad. So for the latest update, and you can reach out to us. As I told you, follow us on different portals, LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. You will get the updates. So this program will give you a wings that will make your career fly high like anything.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. So pleasure talking to you guys, and thank you for being patient audience. And thank you again, Professor Rajanas and Vignesh as well, for this conducting this wonderful session. Thank you.
Do go through the given links for the National Talent Hunt and the YouTube channel for AGS TV. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a nice day.